It's time for another quick tip video on StampTV. Today I want to show you a quick and easy way to use more than one Cuttlebug folder to make a clean and simple card. Let me show you the tools and products you need to do this. First, you're going to need some stamps and ink, and I am using two of the stamps from the Gina Designs Primitive Blessings stamp set. And then you're going to need some ink, and I'm using our Gina Designs Dark Chocolate ink. Then the two Cuttlebug folders I've chosen for my project are the Argyle folder and the Swiss Dot folder. Now, I believe the Argyle may be discontinued at this point, but there are other companies like Sizzix that have nice Argyle patterns, and you maybe even have this one in your collection. If not, dig through your Cuttlebug folder collection, and I'm sure that you'll find two Cuttlebug folders that you want to use together. I'm also going to use some cardstock here. This is the Gina Designs Layering Weight Ivory, our 80-pound ivory. I have some dark chocolate, and then I have a Kraft card base. What I like about this card is it makes a nice masculine or feminine card, so you'll see what I mean when I stamp this. Okay, so maybe some of you have been blessed with a neighbor that has helped you shovel this winter season, and I know almost everywhere in the country we've needed a little bit of shoveling now and then. Maybe you've had somebody that's helped you when you weren't feeling so well, brought you a meal, or done something nice for you, and you want to just say thank you to a great neighbor. That's the card I'm going to make. I'm going to start by stamping these three cows. I just love this stamp set. I really want to ink it up real well. And then I'm going to stamp the cows right about in the middle of this piece of cardstock. Excuse my head if it's in the way, but just about there. And with clear stamps, you do want to make sure that you give it a second for all of the ink to transfer to your piece of cardstock. This way it won't be blotchy. So there are my three cows, and you can see they're nice and solid dark chocolate. Then I have a greeting here from the Primitive Blessings stamp set that says, "You're a great neighbor." And so this will be a great card for my neighbor. And I'm just going to stamp that right underneath. And again, excuse my head if it's in the way. And there is my "You're a great neighbor." Okay, so now this is all the stamping I want to do. I want this to be a clean and simple, quick card, but I want to jazz it up a little bit, but I also want to keep it easy to mail. So I'm going to grab my Cuttlebug here and an A and a B plate. And then I'm going to start with the Argyle pattern at the top. So I'm going to position this so that it's nice and straight and even on both sides. And it leaves just a little bit of room. You know what? I'm going to put my glasses on. I always forget to put them on, and I wonder why I can't see. All right. So there, I'm going to position those diamonds right across the top. And then I'm going to lay that down and put my B plate on top, and I'm going to emboss just the top there. So now the top of my card has this pretty Argyle embossing. Now I'm going to grab the Swiss Dot pattern, and this one you can use either sideways or straight up and down. Well, you can use any of them that way depending on whether or not you like the pattern in that direction. And now I'm going to position these dots nice and straight across the bottom of that card. Oh, let's see, there we go. And same thing, put the B plate on top. Oh, see that? That wouldn't have been good. It slipped. Let's see if I can get a better grip on it here. Okay. All right, we'll put that in there, and then I'll put the B plate on top. There we go. And run that through. It doesn't matter if you run it all the way through. You certainly can, because it won't squash this because there's no pressure on it because there's not another folder on top. So there, now I have dots on the bottom, and I have the Argyle pattern on the top. So now my next step is to add another little embellishment with some embossing, and I'm going to do that using my Scor-buddy. So I have the Scor-buddy here, and I want my line to protrude forward, so I want to flip it around, and that's no problem because you can still see that embossing very clearly. And I'm going to find the line that's closest to my embossed Argyle area and just create a nice deep line going across there. Then I'm going to flip it around and do the same thing with the dots. Find the line that's the closest, which happens to be this 1.5 inch mark, and run that across. So now I have separated the Argyle area and the Swiss dot area, and then you have this nice plain area in the center with your image. And then you'll just layer these together and put that onto your Kraft card base. And here I added, I'll show you my finished card project, I added a little button embellishment using some twine. And once I cut the edges of the twine, our twine is very easy to you just grab the edges then and just spread them out, so it makes it kind of messy and fringy looking. And so that's what I did on both edges once I secured that button using the ribbon and the twine. So there is my finished Primitive Blessings card project, a great little card for my neighbor. Try using other embossing folders, stencils, or texture plates to create patterns, or try 2 different background stamps for a more colorful option.